Hello and welcome everyone to Expedition Online Glacier Bay. It's day 11. I'm Jonathan Knights. With me in the commentator booth we have Jess and KF. How you guys doing?
Good. Excited for another exciting day at Glacier Bay.
Right?
After last night, I cannot wait to see what happens next. Last night was chaotic in a good way, and I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we went into that boat thinking there was a solid plan that was going to happen, and it totally got flipped around, and I did not expect Haley going at all.
Yeah, and there's definitely no big group running this game right now. I think we've got clunks of 2s and 3s that are really kind of working together and are going to try to formulate a way to the end. So when you're working with groups that small, bouncing back and forth is definitely what's to be expected. So I think the next couple days especially are really going to be interesting. These strategy sessions could go any which way, so these players are going to have to be on their game. But unfortunately in the last crossroads, I'm not going to say Haley wasn't on her game because she played a fantastic game. I think kind of got caught a little bit in a matter of circumstances as she was the one who ended up finding her way deserted at the crossroads. Carl, what were your thoughts on last night and how it ended up on Haley?
You know what? I'm either like Danielle. I think like yesterday was weirdly enough all about Danielle.
Yeah.
She either is playing the most genius game or she's playing the messiest game. Either way, she made it to the next round. Basically, last night, she ended up telling both Joshua that the plan was to go after him and Haley that the plan had switched and it was going to be her. Well, she was trying to tell Haley that, and so I think she was hoping that either one would play a compass and maybe flush out compass plays. Ultimately, I think what she was trying to do, and I'm just speculating here, she was trying to have Haley play a compass because she thought Haley had a compass. And then basically that would basically mean that Josh would be going home with half a compass. And so unfortunately it didn't work out. Haley did not have a compass. And so Danielle didn't get what she wanted, but she's still in the game and she's still in a pretty central and good position in my opinion.
Yeah, Danielle's definitely been a force as of yet. We are going to have a great home stretch here. Some special guests tonight, some advantages potentially going out and play. This one's going to have it all, so let's not waste any more time.
I am so happy about tonight. I feel like it was my first big move of the season, and it was the night where I really needed to pick a side. And I definitely feel like I made the right choice, and I'm so relieved that there was no compass played at Crossroads.
Tonight, I definitely grew a mistrust of Mariana. I feel like, you know, because we were originally Team Kelly, she would have at least told me something about a compass, and she would have at least told me to vote a certain way if we were a team.
I am so proud of my game. Just so excited that I chose to play this game and I was selected. I am just having such a blast. I'm doing much better than I thought I was gonna do. It just, to get to the final 8 and to be here and to be, pridefully playing for, my charity and doing as well as I'm doing has just been an honor.
I'm excited. I really am just stoked about what happened last night. Haley went home. David was shocked. Bambi, I don't know if Bambi even cares at this point, honestly. I feel like she just hasn't voted correctly, at all. But yeah, I mean, that just really tickled my feather because, a lot of people gave David a lot of credit in the pre-merge, and I'm here to take the credit back. It's my game. This is my game to lose.
Today's challenge is climbing Whitecap Mountain. You will need a 5-pound bag of ice. You will also need a pen and a notebook so you can solve a little word scramble. At the beginning of the challenge, you will have a word scramble appear on your screen that will stay there for the remainder of the challenge. You will have 1 minute to start solving it before we begin the physical portion of this challenge. After you've been given 1 minute to work on the word scramble, every minute on the minute, you will be signaled to do your 5 squats, holding your bag of ice, and your 6 mountain climbers with your hands on the bag of ice. And any remaining time you have left within that minute, you will be able to use that to solve the word scramble. If you fail to get the 5 squats and 6 mountain climbers done within the 1 minute, you will be eliminated from the challenge. Your goal is to be the first explorer to solve the word scramble and hold your answer up to the screen to win exemption.
Just really hope I can win a challenge because I have this like tiara that I've been so excited to wear if I won exemption, and I haven't gotten to wear it yet, which is sad.
Hey, does this work for a squad?
What is this dude doing here? Hey, Ethan.
Hey, what's up, Expedition Onliners?
Ethan!
How's it going?
Ethan, what's
The
happening?
guy was doing putting his video on.
Ethan, I loved watching him play Survivor, so definitely I was fangirling when I saw Ethan.
Yeah, look at all these fun faces. I hear you got a pretty tough challenge going on tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Who's feeling good about
Supposedly
tonight's
so.
challenge?
We shall see.
All right. Anyone a little nervous?
Always nervous.
What's at stake tonight? Like, if you guys win, what does that mean to you? Let's go with Danielle.
That means that we have exemption from crossroads, so that's awesome. So you know you're not going home and you're making it to the final 7.
Excellent. All right. How about you, Joshua? What's going on? If you win this, what does this mean for you and your tribe, or not your tribe, or yourself?
It means I can't get screwed over by people who will further go on to make bad shelters in the game.
Ooh, interesting. I like it. All right. And Mariana, how you doing? You got a nice little setup going on. What's this challenge mean to you? Have you been training your whole life for this moment?
Yeah, I've been running across icebergs.
It's interesting. This challenge reminds me of something that I had to do on the Edge of Extinction. It was the log challenge. Does anyone remember the log challenge? And here is the clue, the literal clue from the Edge of Extinction. This is what they look like. I'm having instant PTSD right now. But when they said, you're going to judge this challenge, I said, you got to make this as hard as you possibly can. So you guys know the rules. The rules are the first explorer to finish wins exemption. However, you know what they like to do here at Expedition Online. We like a little twists, right? So the first person to finish wins this challenge, except if this next person that you're about to see right now beats you. Who could that person be?
Oh boy.
Let me see. Ooh, who? Oh, Kelly Wentworth is in the house.
Yeah.
I'm ready, Ethan. What you got today? Come on.
Look at all these people. I've challenged them to beat you, Kelly, in this incredible and most difficult challenge to mimic the log challenge from the Edge of Extinction. So, you guys, the first explorer to finish wins, except if Kelly beats you, right? If Kelly beats you, none of you win.
Oh.
No one. All right, you like that, right? Oh, wait, I'm gonna mix it up a little bit more. How about this? And if someone does beat Kelly, you'll get $100 donated to your favorite charity. However, if Kelly wins, Kelly gets that $100 and she can donate to her favorite challenge. And I'm gonna up the ante a little bit. Kelly, I respect your game. I think you're great. I want to see you win this thing. So Kelly, no pressure, but if you win this, I will match your donation $100.
Oh wow.
How about that?
Wow.
And for anyone else who wins, I will match your donation $100. How about that?
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, survivors ready?
I felt great because I am really good at word scrambles. I do them on my phone, and I do enjoy word scrambles, and I'm pretty good at them. So I thought this was a challenge I could win, and that's what I need to do, is just keep winning challenges. It's a hard way to go through the game, but that's kind of where I felt I was at.
Go, Jess, to climb.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow.
I want to play this thing. All right, here we go, guys. Does it bother you if I read the letters backwards to you right now?
Do your thing, man.
Are you allowed to trash talk in this game?
We can do whatever we want, they say.
All right.
Supposedly. Except for cheat. That's not allowed. Hey, I don't want to give it away, but I got the first word, everybody.
It's you. Yeah, me too.
It's you.
I'm super confident. I've gotten 4 words down.
All right.
Docs,
good stuff,
docs.
guys.
Squat.
Wait, can I show mine?
You already have it?
Yeah.
Sure.
What the? Wow. Kelly, come on. We need you. Kelly.
I'm trying.
Olivia has won.
Olivia.
Crazy.
Olivia.
Oh my god.
I didn't want anyone to have to do squats, and I'm good at word puzzles. It's like my new talent.
Holy cow, Olivia.
Wow.
I knew that was gonna happen. Like I'm very good at word puzzles. They're like my only talent.
Olivia, I am impressed.
Thank you.
Wow.
Second word. I couldn't figure out the second word.
Can someone just say what the phrase was real quick? I want to hear.
Yes.
We began with 18 explorers trekking from sea to summit, exploring every challenge and adventure in Glacier Bay.
We do have a tiebreaker. We could do a tiebreaker for fun, and Olivia, you can't play.
Okay.
I'll give $100 to charity for the person who wins this portion of the this portion of the event.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you got a little donation on the line. All right, it's loading.
How many do we
Here
have
we
to
go.
do
And
first?
Scottish play. Go. Your minute's on. Start.
I cannot do mountain climbers. Oh my god.
Shoot, I'm so bad at spelling. I don't know how to.
Hey, are we doing like a minute of squats, or are we only doing the 5 and 5?
No.
5 and 5.
5
and 5, buddy.
6 mountain climbers.
Got it. I just did about 50 squats.
You get no extra points.
Yeah, I know, great.
Mike,
yeah,
it's
I
all
get
puzzle.
4 legs. Oh, this is great.
Mike has solved the puzzle already.
I won the tiebreaker. I get $100 from my charity, Gliss of Western New York. I'm so excited. I'm so proud. I'm so happy that even if I don't win the game, I still have earned $100 for my charity. And I'm so excited and I'm so thankful to Ethan for doing that. I've always been a huge fan of Ethan, so this just kind of solidifies my pure and undying love for.
Oh my god.
Wow. I wasn't.
Kelly, that's
I wasn't
correct as
watching.
well.
Kelly Wentworth.
Kelly got second place.
Ladder for
Kelly, oh, so close.
Kelly.
Okay, so Ethan did mention that there was one interesting twist to this challenge,
I did.
and that goes to Olivia. Olivia, you have a choice to make since you won the challenge.
exciting.
You can send
I'm
somebody
ready.
to the Serrated Peak. They will miss the first 20 minutes of strategy time, but will be back for the final 40 minutes. You can pick anybody here, including yourself.
I mean, I can't go, like, I can't get voted out anyway, so I might as well just go myself and, like, not make anybody go.
Sounds good.
Okay. So Olivia will be going to the Serrated Peak from here, and she will rejoin you all at camp in 20 minutes.
Hey, be careful out there.
Olivia.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Ethan.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks,
What's up, everyone? Kelly, great job. I will talk to you.
All right. Everybody else go back to camp.
All right, with that, Olivia taking home exemption and the reward, $100 to her charity. Jess, what was that charity again?
Olivia was the International OCD Foundation.
Yes, right. And then Ethan, really got in the charity mood, decided to bump up another $100 for another competition after Olivia basically broke ours, beating it in what felt like less than a minute. And so $100 going to Mike, winning the reward challenge, and Mike's charity is
Lies of Western New York, and he was just a couple seconds ahead of Kelly Wentworth.
She put up a good fight, but Mike just a little bit quicker, and Olivia clearly has some kind of special gift. That was absolutely amazing. And Carl, what did you think of her decision on the reward? Part of the reward, she got to send someone to the Serrated Peak, taking up 20 minutes of the hour-long strategy time. She decides to send herself. A lot of rewards, a lot of advantages have been coming out of there. What are your thoughts?
Love it. I love it. She knows she's not in danger tonight. She knows she has the chance at an advantage over there. So why not? Why not? And she keeps surprising us every day. And Olivia really making moves right now. So I think someone said earlier that they're a little afraid that she may not be showboaty enough to convince the jury to vote for her at the end. I think she's starting to make her move.
She is, like you guys just said, like she impresses me more and more every day. And I think that Janet's little sneaky girl is just heating up right now, getting some bullet points on the old resume.
Right? Absolutely. So Olivia's safe at the exemption challenge. 7 people, names up for grabs. After last night, I really can't feel like anyone is feeling too safe. As I look over, there's 3 different rooms that are active right now. There's only 8 players, so things are getting crazy. Yeah, let's send things over to the players. We will come back after Crossroads and dissect everything. It is going to be a fun one.
Hi. So Olivia, you're doing really well.
Thank you.
So Olivia, fill me in on what you're doing and what your thoughts are moving forward.
Okay, so I honestly think that yesterday was like the most crucial vote so far because like of what you said in your advice video of like looking at who's at the top of the alliance for like our team. And I noticed that David and Haley were like a really strong duo and they definitely were like controlling things. So I knew that Haley needed to go because David won exemption.
Good for you. That's in order to save your life, you needed to strike. I call it cut off the head of the snake. Good.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was more her or more David that was controlling things, but I think either way, like we got rid of a really strong duo, which I thought was like definitely good. And then I'm also, this is like kind of a tricky situation because I'm in like 4 different like final 3s right now.
Good.
Yeah, but I don't know like which one to go with. Like I'm in a final 3 with Josh and Carl, Bambi and Mike, and then I guess it's only 3, and then like Danielle and Mariana. But yeah, there's a lot going on.
No, but I'm thinking that's really good. It's really critical for you to make sure they think they're their top alliance. They are your top, your choice. You're their go-to number one. It's really important to keep that community. Everybody's got to think that they're your number one.
Yeah. And I had like a little issue yesterday where it seemed like people might have been catching on, but I think I like fixed it. But I don't know because Mike found out that someone was telling Mariana that he was throwing out her name every single time. And he was like doing process of elimination to figure out who it could be. And eventually he was just like, it's probably just Josh or Carl. And I was like, yeah, it is. It probably is. So hopefully that won't come up again.
That's the other thing that is really important for you from this point is to throw shade on somebody else's direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's critical. There were so many things that, like even in my season, that people didn't realize, like, I was instrumental in getting the Molly vote out, but I had everybody looking at Dan like he did it.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and it's important to misdirect. So, hey, maybe, you know, Mike was, saying something to somebody else. You know what I mean? Those little secret tidbits that people can pick up on.
Yeah, I just I don't know what people are thinking tonight. I feel like people are gonna target Carl and Josh, but
do you?
I obviously that I know Carl, right?
Right.
Yeah, and obviously I don't want him to go, so I've been doing everything I can to take the focus off him, and I don't think people have caught on yet. But he also really doesn't want to get rid of Josh because he's really close with Josh, and he'll be upset at me if Josh goes. And I don't know what they're gonna do for this vote.
You need to think about who's a better shield for you.
Yeah. I mean, Carl is definitely a good shield.
That's why I agree.
Yeah, I got to talk to Janet, and she gave me good advice, which is you don't need to pick your alliances. You can let your alliances pick you. Because I have been sort of stressing out with a bunch of different final 3 options, thinking about which direction to go in.
All right, sorry to interrupt. I hope you ladies were not talking about something too fun, but we do have a little mini challenge that needs to take place.
Okay.
Olivia, we have 2 urns here, and you need to select one of these urns.
The voice in your head is telling you to choose the gray urn, which means you have the worst luck, so you better choose the white urn because the voice in your head is wrong. I'm gonna say the gray.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, this urn is empty.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
I'm really hoping she comes back with a half compass, because if she comes back with a half compass, then I don't have to worry about the half compass with Josh and Carl. I can, tag myself out with Olivia and combine it with Olivia and help her, me, and Bambi.
I did not get any advantage though because they gave me a choice of 2 urns. And they said I had to pick one, and I picked the wrong one.
Okay. So we were just talking about if you came back with something
I know, I feel bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's
so
random.
Right now, Josh, Carl, and Mariana have literally been in a room together this entire time.
Really?
Yep. I've talked to Danielle, and Danielle, obviously I think the 4 of us are on lock. Mm-hmm. If we can get past this round, we're golden.
Yeah. It's looking more and more like Mike and Bambi are the people I want to take to the end, and they do seem set on working with me. Mike especially, I want to have at the end because I know that Carl doesn't like him and isn't going to vote for him, and Katie doesn't like him and isn't going to vote for him. So even if we both are playing sneaky games and playing all angles, he definitely is getting a lot of the blame for it over me, which is good because then I can take him to the end and win because people are pissed at him more than they're pissed at me. So who are you thinking of taking a shot at out of the 4 of them? Or the 3 of them?
To me, at this point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting paranoid about Mariana having an advantage because you guys said something, David said something, and she's not. If she has something, she's not telling me.
Mm-hmm. Then I heard that people think that I have a compass. So guys, I might have to use it soon, to be honest. My goal is to not have to use it till final 5.
We gotta make it seem that we're voting Mariana so that way she can use her compass, but we go after Joshua.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I don't see any other way.
No.
Yeah.
We have to flush the compass. And in order to do that, we can't vote for her, but we have to make her seem like we are.
Right.
Did you talk to David?
Briefly at the beginning, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's. I'll let you know that he is a little he feels a little burnt by the 3 of us, you, me, and Danielle.
Yeah, no, I know.
So but I think he still wants to pull that together. So
yeah.
Bambi obviously is part of that too. So if the 5 of us can rock it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm down for that.
Carl, Josh, and Mariana have literally been in the room together. David has not talked to him at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like not smart on their part. Just stay there.
No.
So I got to talk to Olivia. Olivia came back with nothing, so she says. I believe her. I'm pretty sure she would tell me if she had something. I really think that if Bambi, her, and I can really hold tight and hold ourselves together, the three of us can make it far into this game. Like, that's the goal. Like, that's what I want to have happen. People are starting to clock it a little bit, so I'm a little nervous about that. Josh, Mariana, and Carl are literally locked in a room for, like, at least 20 minutes. I mean, Olivia came back before they had even broken up.
We're trying to figure out, is this the right time to do Mike? Because if you look at it...
Listen.
Yep.
I'm not saying, all I know is somebody has, this stays between us three, right? Listen, right. I don't care. I told you, like, I'm game. Mariana, I'm all about keeping that 5 strong. Like, I mean, legit, like, I like you. Like, and I want you to know I'm being 100% with you. Like, you, like, for real.
Like,
So,
and that's like with Josh. Like, I'm not writing your guys' name down to it. I'm not writing your name, Carl, or Josh.
I'm not writing yours either. Okay. I also think that Mike has a half a compass, and we can't let him go out of the game with it. We need to scoop that up. And I think you can get it. Or maybe I could convince him to give it to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, just let him give it to you.
I feel like,
I mean,
to me, I feel like asking him for half a compass is probably not a great idea, because that's kind of a red flag for him.
Yeah, you're right. That would probably be a red flag. Maybe. So, what do we let him go out the game with it?
Let him go out with the game with it, because then, you know, he doesn't have a chance to use that somehow else, you know, I guess. Because you got to think about it. Olivia's going to Serrated Edge right now, so she's likely getting something. And if she's close with Mike, you know.
I don't think she's close with Mike. I think Olivia's with us. I think she's like.
I mean.
Go ahead, Mariana. Sorry.
Yeah, yesterday it seemed like she was with us, but I wouldn't be surprised if she flipped the switch either. You know, like I'm gonna hope that she's with us. But like, but actually at the same time, I feel like she would feel better with us moving forward in the game. So like, getting rid of Mike shouldn't be like a bad thing for her.
No, and I think staying together as I don't know, we were like the Chippewa or whatever we were, the second party. I don't know, but anyway, like, you know what, with those 5 together, you know, I mean, we're tight. I feel like we're tight.
I really trust Danielle, Mariana, Carl. That's the 4. We pull in Mariana or pull in Olivia. That's 5. That's majority now. We don't even need Mike, but we got to keep close tabs on Mike.
And it puts us in automatic numbers.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Automatic. We have a 5-3 advantage.
Right.
If you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So like, why would we rock the boat with that? Like, it doesn't make any sense at this point. You know, we've made it this far.
I started my crossroads adventure with Josh and Carl, and in that room we were in there for like a pretty good time, only because people weren't really jumping around.
I don't know.
I don't think we're not telling Bambi and David what we're doing.
No, we can use the 5 and listen. It is what it is, and they'll never think it's Mike. They'll think it's either Bambi or David.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think they'll ever think it's Mike. But like I mean, legit, like us 3. I don't know what you think, Mariana, but what do you think your best chance is making it to the end?
I mean, either with you 2 or I like, out of everyone else in the house besides you 2, I like Danielle a lot. I really do.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people do. Honestly. You know what I mean? If we can lock in, we have 3. If we can stay on the same page, and then you know, just have each other's back, like we can totally, like, you know. It's gonna look good for you too, because you would be the only Kelly. Think about it. And to be honest with you, as much as like I don't want you to be afraid of me, I don't want
I'm afraid of you.
Okay, and I'm not afraid of you. I don't care. I don't care if they call me Traitor Joe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, I like this thing, and if we're gonna lock in, like, I feel like we laugh a lot, we have a good time, and I feel like we've worked well together.
I definitely think this is the most crucial part of Expedition, is that halfway mark, setting yourself up for the end game. And I intend to end with the best end game.
Yeah. And I think turning on each other would be silly. Personally.
Yeah.
Definitely not right now. Like, if we have people that we can get rid of before us, 4 or 5, whatever it ends up being, you know?
Yeah, I think we should try to pick off the other side. I know you don't like me. I know you like Bambi's Kelly, but we talked about this yesterday. That Kelly shit is going. You're a fucking you're a Janet or you're a whatever. You're one of us. You know what I mean?
You see me get rid of 2 of my Kellys. I could have told them, guys, they're voting for you.
We got rid of 2 Janets and kept you. Like, I mean, what's that tell you?
So people started to speculate that me, Josh, and Carl were working together, which, I mean, at the time of, as of like minute 5, yeah, we were. Like, the plan was to get rid of Mike, right? But then as I started jumping around other rooms, people started, you know, I started hearing like, oh, Carl and Josh, and then, you know, Mike told me like, oh yeah, I saw you, Josh, and Carl in the room together for such a long time. I'm like, well, you, Olivia, and Bambi were in the same room too. Like, don't at me when you guys are doing the same thing. Like, I understand, yeah, we stayed longer. I should have jumped out. Like, I was trying to.
Vote for who you want it to be. I get it if I'm the split. Like, I'm expecting to be the split.
But I think we go after. I think it would be smarter to go after Josh or Carl then, because the 3 of them literally have been in a. Oh, they finally moved.
Yeah. No, Danielle seemed to be on board with Carl. She seemed to prefer that over Mariana.
Okay, I'm good with that, but we have to make it seem like Mariana's the vote, because then she'll play the compass if she has it, and we flush that anyway.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Okay. I'm totally down with that. We need 5, right? We need 4 to tie it up, or we need 5 to
I told Danielle to go talk to you, so I'm hoping that solidified something.
Yeah. Danielle still didn't give me a name, so like obviously nothing. But we need to solidify a name. If that name is Carl, great. You know.
Okay. I talk to Bambi. I tell her I'm cool with her. I talk to David. I tell him I'm cool with him. Like, let's work this out. Like, let's the 3 of us need to stick together. We need to make something happen here. So we decide that we're going to put the vote on Mariana or Carl. Those are the 2 options out in the ether.
Who did Josh want to vote for tonight?
Josh. So there's many options. There, Mike was on the table, Dave was on the table, and so was Mariana. But I kind of like Mariana. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I'm just concerned that she's not telling me that she has something.
Yeah, I kind of feel like
I'm a little worried about people kind of seeing that me, Bambi, and Olivia are a pair, you know, a group. So I don't want that to be any more obvious than it might already be. But I'm working with David as well, and I'm working with Josh and Carl. And Danielle says that, you know, I'm her 2. I'm her number 1, and so I'm you know, Mariana. It comes down to Mariana again for me, and it's very frustrating because people keep telling me, don't say her name because you're going to end up a target, and I'm like, okay.
Mike is playing all sides. Mike has the ear of everyone, and everyone wants to work with Mike. So it's tough. It's really tough.
So I hear my name out there, but that's understandable.
Yeah, but I'm not going to vote for you, David. I'd rather get rid of either Carl or Josh.
Down for that. I really am. Yeah. Is there any one of those that you prefer?
I mean, I do like Josh better than Carl, but doesn't mean I have to vote for Carl. Like, if you guys would rather get Josh out, like, I'm down with that.
Fine either way. I don't trust either of them. They both got to go eventually.
Yeah, they're definitely like a group.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you guys say, I can do it. I think we need the majority on them, though.
Yeah, from the sound of it, we have 5. It sounds like it's something that can work.
Yeah, I'm down to vote with you guys. Like, I really don't want to stay with them.
Danielle, who do you prefer between those two?
I don't know which one. Personally, there's pros and cons to either one, really. I think that Josh and Mike both have half compasses to play with each other. I don't think that Mike and Bambi and Olivia will vote out Josh, so it's probably going to be Carl. I would be surprised if they vote out Josh over Carl because I also feel like they could be working with him. So that's another thing.
Well, Bambi voted Josh last time.
Yes. Yes. Maybe Bambi's not in that, but I think Mike and Josh have, because that's why Josh's votes didn't gain traction yesterday, was because Mike didn't want to vote out Josh.
Right. I feel like I'm in some really powerful trios. Me, Bambi, and Mike have a trio, and I feel really good about them. Me, Mariana, and Danielle have a trio. I feel really good about me and Danielle. Mariana and Olivia are playing all sides. And yeah, they're definitely the people, along with Josh, that I don't trust in this game.
I genuinely love you and Danielle. Like, I really want us three to go to the end. Like, I really genuinely mean that.
No,
Like,
I want it
promise you
too.
that.
It's such a great story, like the Day Zero Alliance. I love it.
I gotta do some major damage control because I think me and Bambi are at the bottom, like the very bottom, and I'm definitely a bigger target than Bambi. So, what you gonna do?
I totally understand if my name's being shopped around.
I haven't heard it.
But I'd love to work with you guys. I really, really would. I just have had allies that have been going different ways, but I'm kind of out of ally. Well, I'm not out of allies, but like I'm pretty tied up with people that I've been.
The thing I want to say is, like, I won't lie. Yeah, your name's out there. What's your pitch to kind of bring us in?
So, I mean, I talked to Carl about this earlier. I really do think that there's a trio with Olivia, Danielle, and Mariana. And I think Olivia probably has an advantage now. I think Mariana does have a compass. Like, I'm almost positive of that.
Right.
So I think that they have a lot of power and trust and tools. And, I do think I'm a number that can help break things up. I kind of am a free agent, and I would love to prove my loyalty to anyone that is willing to have my back. I really do think I'm playing pretty straightforward, and like the people that I've had my back, like the people that have had my back, I'm really trying to have theirs. If I go out now as someone that's really unconnected, what's the next move? Who's planning the next thing? Like you might be voting out someone that can actually help you make a move now, rather than actually take out someone that has a larger alliance.
I definitely hear your pitch, and I can't speak for Carl, but it's something that I am definitely thinking about and considering. My other question for you is, say you bring in me and Carl, what are the other numbers and what are we doing?
So right now, I think, blindsiding someone that has a compass, I think is the main, that's the biggest move, because who knows how Mariana's going to use a compass.
Right.
But I would be shocked if she's not the one that has it.
Somewhat agree with him, because what he's saying does make sense. Making that move right now is a good idea. If she does have it, whatnot. I can't speak for Carl. I don't know what he knows, but I don't know if she has it or not.
I'll be honest. I've been thinking today too. Like I've been thinking, and I kind of was hoping that I think the move might be what David wants to do.
My name was brought up early, and I even went to the council of Carl and Josh as their arms were crossed, and Josh is even like, your name is out there, but tell me why I should keep you. Like tell me why I should really consider letting you be part of my game. So I grovel and I threw out some things, but I was like, but you tell me what. And Carl's just like, no, I like your plan. Mariana, let's do Mariana. And I was like, I know that's not actually what Carl thinks.
I can trust David because we're on the same page. We're just trying to survive. And I'm tempted to trust Mariana. But it's hard because I know for a fact she has her She has the compass.
Carl was even saying Mike to me as a potential vote. Like
Really?
he even told me, he was like, I trust Mariana a lot. I don't want to vote her out.
That's so funny. They were throwing out Mariana's name to me, but like
tonight.
Yeah, they were throwing out Mariana's name to me tonight. But granted, like Carl has lied to me like so many times. I think that they're planning on voting for me, but we're giving me a dummy
No, I
name.
really don't think so.
Josh told me he heard my name. I don't know.
I literally haven't heard it. I honestly, if I had to guess, they would vote for Mike.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's crazy. Okay.
I'm just so where are we voting? Are we voting Josh?
I have my paper ready.
There seems to be a running majority on Carl.
Okay.
If I thought we had a majority on Josh yesterday, though, so what do I know?
No, I'm voting with you tonight, David.
The votes change. I get it. It happens. It happens. But
No, David, I promise. I'm not voting with them. I'm voting against them.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
If anything changes, let me know.
David, are you going to vote for Carl?
Yeah. I'll absolutely vote for Carl. Carl's literally lied to me more than anyone else in this game. Like literally, he I don't know what to believe from him because he's told me so many lies, but then like after voting me out last night, he's like, we need to keep guys strong. The girls are going to unite against us. We need to keep guys strong. The 4 guys to the end. I was like, sure.
Carl said that to you?
Yeah, Carl said that to me. Carl said that to me with Josh in the room, but I don't believe him. I don't actually think that's what he wants to do. But
he's just telling different people different things.
Oh no, he's telling a different story to everyone he talks to. Like Carl playing this loyal game, but like Carl will lie to everyone's face.
Every single round I've been like, Carl's a shield, we need him, like he's a chaotic player, like we can get him out whenever. He tells everyone everything. Like, what's the reason of getting out someone who's honest? And I've been trying to like sort of push the focus onto Josh. It looks like you guys are in trouble, and I'm like trying to.
So what's up? What's going on? Who? Danielle and David and everybody? Or
people are just saying both of your names, and I like don't know which one they're gonna do. But like, do you have something?
All I've got's half of one.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I have a hope and a prayer.
I wish I could have gotten something tonight, but I just like don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's tough. Do you have a preference on who to vote? Because like, if our names are on the block, I don't really think we have a.
Yeah, we don't have to say like where we vote.
Yeah, we don't care.
Vote going? You know. Where are you voting, Olivia?
I'll see.
Oh, wherever you guys want to vote.
I think
Mariana was in here for a long time. Like, what did you guys talk to her about?
We were just trying to see what the plan was. I don't know. It's changed apparently because she hopped out and then hopped back in, said we're in trouble, and yeah. So
originally they were trying to go I think there was Mike, and then it turned to her, and then it turned to maybe David, and now it's me or Josh. So like we don't really what we want to do. I feel like don't really matter anymore. It's kind of what we want to be like. So how many people are going to vote for us?
Right.
See, I don't because I haven't talked to Mariana at all today. It's possible that she would like vote with us, and then it would be a tie.
Right. Do you think they're trying to split it? Since they're trying to throw both of our names out this late?
I don't know. They haven't like said anything to me. But if they did split it, it wouldn't be enough anyway because they only have 4 if Mariana's with us.
Right.
Really not feeling good about tonight. Not really sure, but hopefully if things go my way, it'll all work out.
I mean, I can do whatever you guys want. Where's the numbers though?
Well, the numbers are all over the place. What is John Carl telling you? Because I haven't been able to talk to Carl.
Okay. I've heard Bambi's name. I've heard David's name and potentially Mike. There's 3 names.
So who are they saying then? Who do they want to vote, Mariana?
I mean, I'm thinking they're gonna go with David more likely. So I don't know. Like, I don't think they really want to get rid of you, Bambi. Like, let me just say that I don't think they want to get rid of you at all. Like, they don't see us. And I don't know how close they are to Mike either. But I think they're close because all the guys seem like they're always talking to each other. So I hope they're not trying to get rid of a girl.
But they're saying the same thing about us, I'm sure. That's what I'm saying. They've told me they think there's an all-girls alliance, which we fucking should be an all-girls alliance. At this point, I have no doubt that their loyalties are there. And, like, if they're trying to plan something, like, I don't know, that'd be so bad. I think the only one that'd be solid with us is David. I don't think David would be the other three.
The thing is, I don't want to vote for David. Like, I was kind of going with them, but, like, I was thinking that, like, David is better for my game than Carl and Josh. Like, if I mean, I would probably.
When are we gonna vote, Carl or Josh?
I mean, I'll vote where the numbers are. So,
I love Josh. I love Josh in this game, but he is such a good player. He cannot make it to the end. Like, he's got to go.
All right, welcome into Crossroads. We're down to our final 8 tonight. You'll be voting off the 4th member of the jury. This explorer will join Philip, Katie, and Haley, who are here with us. My opening remarks have already lasted longer than today's challenge, where Olivia won exemption. Olivia, what the F?
I used to like obsessively do word scrambles as a kid, so it's like my one talent.
All right, well, I mean, it definitely was a talent. It was very impressive. So what does the win mean for your charity?
It's huge. Like, it means a lot for me and it means a lot for my charity. Just like on a personal level, I feel like a lot like more confident after winning that last challenge, just because I feel like I've been really sucking in challenges this season and I've been pretty insecure about it. So winning that today was huge for me. And then of course I'm so happy to get more money for my charity.
Mike, Haley was voted out at the last Crossroads and she seemed to be blindsided. How does that vote change the game or change the course of the game for us?
I think especially coming off of a vote where we all voted unanimously, I think it really starts drawing lines. I think we start looking to see who's with who's voting with who, and potentially like who is not telling us full truths. So this round, I think it was more about trying to figure out who's being the most truthful with us and trying to suss that out.
You're saying this vote going into tonight?
Yes.
Perfect. Carl, it has been a very quiet Crossroads cast, and I feel like whoever gets voted out tonight might regret not speaking up and being more vocal. Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like as people get voted out, they also feel that way?
You know, I apparently, heard my name again, and it seems like every other one my name seems to come up, and my case is, I speak to the people and the people I speak to is, I speak the truth to you. Like, you know what I mean? If I say I'm with you 100%. Like, if I'm on the table today, if people are coming at me, then if you were working with me or if we're working together and you said we're working together, they're gonna come at you next. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm your soldier. I'm not only your soldier. I want to be your friend. I want to be your pal. I want to play this game with the people I said I want to play this game with. So, I mean, if tonight's my last night, I'm gonna be a little sad because I built some good relationships, but I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. Like, I feel like, I put some work in and I deserve to be here. Not that anybody else doesn't deserve to, because it sucks being at this level because, like I said yesterday, I built so many relationships with other people and it just sucks at this point. But I don't want it to be me. So everything I said to y'all, I mean, let's ride this out. Let's make a splash.
All right, so Carl, if you're hearing your name, does that incentivize you to maybe speak up more at Crossroads?
It does. It does. It does. Does because like who wants to hear their name, and you hear your name, that can it's kind of, it seems to me whatever name steamrolls is the name that goes, and it changes every minute. You have one conversation, you hear this name, that name, this name, and then come to find out you hear your name. And I feel like, okay, if I hear my name, I don't want to go home, so I need to speak up and say, hey, listen, I want to stay here. And I hope the people that I need to reach, I've reached. And if not, unfortunately, if it's me, it's me, but I'm not going to go out without a fight.
Danielle, talk to me a little bit about the pace, and specifically something that Carl just said about every minute it's a new name. If that's...
That is exactly what's happening every single crossroads here, which is why I came into last round saying, like my vote wasn't set in stone at that point. I mean, even right now, it's like, you're having a conversation, and it's like, go to crossroads, and you're like, the vote is so hard when you don't actually know if anyone else's minds have been changed in the last 5 minutes before you go to crossroads, or where people are actually standing at. So it is quite confusing, and you can only go off of those relationships that you really felt solid with, and hope for the best.
Do you think it's possible, Danielle, to have a live crossroads?
Definitely 100% if you're ballsy enough.
Okay, well, you heard it. Danielle said it's possible. Joshua, we'll talk a little bit about, hearing your name. You heard me say your name a few times at the last crossroads. What's it like when your name is actually read, and then how do you respond when you get back to camp?
It varies. There's times where you expect votes and aren't too worried about it because those votes are coming your way, but you feel safe still because of the people that you've put your game in their hands. And we're now at that point where you can't fully expect that. And that's the rough thing. It's because I have to put trust into people while also keeping in the back of my mind that everybody here is playing for their charity as much as I am. And that's, something that we all have to keep in mind. And I'm on the same page with Carl. I've heard my name. I've heard just about everybody's name at this point. It's rough. That's what we have to do.
What happens when you get back to camp and you receive votes?
For me personally, at the last one, I knew, and I kind of just said, we ended up in a call together, and I said, yeah, I know it was you two, no hard feelings, it's a game, new round, let's figure it out, something else. Because I'm somebody, and this is the beautiful part about Expedition Online, is that everybody is playing everybody else's game. You can't play just your own game. You have to understand that somebody like Philip prefers that you're strong to your word and you are bonded to your word, and somebody like me, it's a new game every time, and you have to be able to adapt. And that's just something that I'm hoping I'm doing well, and if not, then it might be me tonight.
Mariana, there was a lot of talk at the last vote that the vote would show who has power in the game, not necessarily an individual, but maybe a group of individuals. Is that picture clearer, or is what Joshua is saying about new day, new phone, who dis?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go off of Josh. Yeah, each round is a new day because a new person gets exemption, a new person gets some sort of power. You have to kind of adapt and see where you fall and see how you have to benefit to get you safe, I guess. So it is pretty much a new round every time, with some with some relationships too. Whatever. Yeah.
I really want to know how busy strategy time is, and I'm hearing lots of names going around. So how busy was this last hour, or did it start before the last hour?
No, I think a lot of it was in the last hour, but it was so hard to get into some of these breakout rooms. Like, I barely got to talk to some of these other players, and it's worrisome because it's like you want to know what's going on, but like you're kind of in an out group.
So, Mike, you're aggressively nodding your head, so I'm drawn to you like a moth to the light. Do you wanna touch on this as well?
Yeah, it was just interesting because there were certain people that were in one room for a very long period of time, and the rest of us just kind of like shuffled around each other, and it got to the point where there was nothing more to talk about with those people. We were all just waiting for the other group to just kind of break apart. And I did discuss it with those people as well. And so like, it's scary when a group of people are so locked in for that long that you don't know what they're saying.
David, what's the perception at camp or the conversation at camp when somebody is away at the peak? Like Olivia was gone for 20 minutes today.
I mean, the perception is, because I think most of the advantages have come from the peak, that there's a possibility that there could be another advantage in play when it comes to that. But in a way, without knowing what it is, you can't really factor that in too much. You just have to work on the relationships with the people that are still in the game.
Does it come up in conversation a lot? Is it a little bit? Is it like what kind of percent are people actually talking about this?
Honestly, it didn't come up today, I don't think. I talked to Olivia a bit afterwards, but that's really the only time that was brought up, at least in a conversation I was in.
So let me throw this out to all of you, because what I'm hearing, and I don't know, you guys could be tremendous liars. I'm still trying to figure this out. But it sounds like a lot of names have come up. And it sounds like maybe whatever name, musical chairs, when the music stops, it's time to come to Crossroads. That's where the bottle's pointed, or that's the seat you have to sit in. And, Carl already talked about hearing his name. Did anybody else hear their name come up in all these names? Okay, David, talk to me about hearing your name.
I had a couple conversations with people of just kind of like, I'm sure my name's probably out there. Like, I was one of the two people that voted the wrong way last time, and people just kind of confirmed it of like, yep, I've heard your name. So, yeah. I know it's out there.
And does it make you more nervous, or is you're already nervous?
It doesn't make me less nervous. No, of course yeah.
Well, it could make you even.
Of course, I know that there's some people that would prefer I wasn't in the game, and yeah, I mean, all I can do is hope that the people I've given my word to, that I have their backs, have mine.
And Joshua, you also raised your hand. So
yep. So, unlike David, fortunately for him, he had his name out just very beginning. It's kind of like a given thing, I feel like, at that point. David and Bambi, those are the names that are kind of going out now, just because they weren't on the side of the numbers at the last vote. But with my philosophy, if the game changes every time, it doesn't really matter. But that was just kind of the thing that went out. I heard my name closer to the last 15 minutes. And I'm very thankful for the people who reached out to me and told me that my name was out there, and I completely trust y'all. But it's tough because you have to have a majority, or at least half. We have 8. Half is a decent number at this point for anybody who's on the chopping block. And I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, not to go all voting nerd on you, we have a member of the jury that went out not on a majority. They went out on a plurality vote.
So, a plurality vote is also very viable, and we'll have to see.
That's a deep cut for the big fans. Bambi, you also said you heard your name. So when your name's coming up, how do you navigate through camp? Or do you?
I mean, I just explain why I should be kept a little bit longer. Like, why, me staying in the game is important for their game.
Show of hands, who is freaking out?
I'm gonna need a bear. Does anybody else want a bear while I'm out getting one?
Does anyone else have anything they want to add? Anybody want to make a last second pitch before we vote? Olivia has individual exemption tonight. Are you keeping it?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so Olivia is keeping it, which means you may not vote for Olivia. You may vote for somebody else, and it is time to vote. All right, everybody has voted. If you have a hidden advantage that you'd like to play, now is the time to do so before I read the votes.
So I'm sure it's coming down to one of Carl or I. So if anybody has the half and they would like to help us out or help me out or help Carl out, whoever they want to, whoever they feel confident on playing something on, I'm open.
I feel like I don't have a half, but I feel like the conversations I've had with people were true and real. And if it is me, like, and if anybody wants to come together with something and, protect me, you got me. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm your guy. You can bank on that. Like, I'm not ready to go. I love you guys, and I meant everything I said to y'all. So if anybody got one, now's the time. I'd appreciate it. And just let me know your Venmo.
No, do not let him know your Venmo. Das ist verboten. Okay, so last chance. Anybody want to play an advantage, or I will read the votes.
Nobody? Okay.
Okay. I do have 6 votes. We are going to earn the token of destiny. I have the number 2 was played, and the number 3 was played. So I'm going to reach in here, give it a good mix, and I pull this out. If this matches a number that's been played, then any votes cast for this explorer do not count. It's 5. I will now read the votes. We have 6 votes. Our first vote is for Mike. Our second vote is for Carl. Our third vote is for Joshua. 1 Mike, 1 Carl, 1 Joshua. 3 votes remaining. Our fourth vote is for Carl. That's 2 Carl, 1 Mike, 1 Joshua. Our fifth vote is for Carl. Carl, that's enough. I'm sorry, your expedition has come to an end. Do you have any last words for the party?
I do. Hey, Mike's got a half a compass, just so everybody knows. You played me, bro. You played me. I told you what was going to happen.
Wait. I'm out. If I played it for you, I go home. Just stop.
You dude. You played me. Vote him out, dude. Everybody else, I appreciate y'all, man. I had a great time. And thank you, Expedition. Hey, I got a winner pick. So, hey, Mike, it ain't you, buddy.
Okay. All right, well, I'm sorry, Carl. If you could stick around here, we'll have a chat. Everybody else, head back to camp.
This was kind of the time where my vote doesn't matter. Because if people are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing, Carl's going home. But I still am carrying a bit of this paranoia from getting blindsided by the Haley vote. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to play my Destiny's token and see what happens.
I just couldn't go against what everyone wanted. I know I was already making myself look sus by continuing to fight for him every single round, because his name did come up every single round. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I can't do it anymore.
Long live King Kong.
Okay, and with that, unfortunately, we lose Carl. Carl played such a great game. Everything just kind of came crashing down today, didn't it, Kif?
It was amazing to watch happen, honestly. Like, we start the first half of strategy time, Carl, Joshua, and Mariana stuck in a room together, not talking to anyone else. If there was not a target on their back before that, there definitely was at this point. And honestly, like, I'm shocked to see how little they really try to sway the vote elsewhere. It was pretty shocking. I expected a little bit more fight from Carl. Loves to talk. Why wasn't he talking more? Like, I don't know. Like, that was very shocking. I'm very surprised.
Yeah, it was interesting to see. It was almost like Josh and Carl played this round as a duo. I noticed that too for at least the first half, if not even the first 40 minutes. They were in a 3-person room, the two of them and someone else kind of cycling in. Jess, it really handcuffs you when you're only getting the perspective of one with that person in the room, because as we all know, things change depending on who's in the room.
Yeah, you cannot sit in one room for the bulk of strategy. That is just a death sentence. And I know those guys felt super comfortable at the last crossroads, and it seemed like that attitude carried over a little bit today. Not only is it bad because you're not talking to other people, but it makes you look like a solid group that needs to be broken up.
Yeah, and it wasn't really until late in the strategy session that they actually started to catch on, and then we see in the crossroads the Hail Mary there from Josh. A little bit of karma after what happened with Philip, wasn't it, Kip?
I loved it to see him grovel, ask the begging for that half compass made me so happy. The karma is real.
Oh yeah. I mean that was definitely. I mean it's a good move when you're in that spot, isn't it, Jess? You swing for the fences. You got to kind of put it all on the line. But given what happened earlier, it was definitely kind of fun to see.
Oh yeah, maybe if he didn't have that little show for Philip, things would have been different. But we'll never know.
No, we will never know. That is for sure. So the votes end up coming down 4-1-1 as 2 players decide to give up their vote with the Coin of Destiny. Not who you would think it is, as Carl, unfortunately, with all the madness going on, slipped his mind and decided he places his vote on Mike. Danielle votes for Josh, and then the others vote for Carl there. So David and Josh playing the Coin of Destiny. Once again, we are wide open for this game. No real clear lines have been drawn. It's definitely going to be interesting. Day 11 did not disappoint. We want to thank Ethan Zahn for joining us and hosting that challenge and donating to a worthy cause. We also want to thank our team captains for joining us. We had Kelly Wentworth in the challenge. She did great. Second place, not too bad. In the second challenge. The first challenge, Olivia destroyed. That one wasn't even fair. But the second one, she came real close. And then Janet joining us, of course, on the Peak. A lot of fun. I'm sure we'll actually see them a little bit later on as well. So for KF and Jess, I'm Jonathan Dykes. This was Expedition Online Glacier Bay. We will see you again next time for Day 12. Peace.
I keep hearing every day that you want me out. So it's finally time that I get you out before you get me.
Mike, I'm voting for you tonight, dude. I'm sorry. It's probably me tonight, so you probably have nothing to worry about. But I'm shooting my shot. Sorry, bro.
This sucks, but I think that Carl is going to use his cube, and potentially Josh might use something as well, but I need to vote one of them, so I'm voting Joshua.
If 5 people are really voting for Carl, then my vote doesn't matter. I'm going to use my Destiny token, and I'm going to pick the number 2.
It's a tough decision today, but I think it's time that I take a little bit of a risk. I'm going to choose to use my Destiny token. I have consulted with the goddess of expedition and my life. that 3 is the number that I would like to use.
So every round is a new round. After kind of hearing the house's concerns about this person, I decided to flip the switch and vote out Carl. I'm sorry, Carl.
This was probably one of the most challenging votes I've had to do, but I'm voting for you, Carl. I really hope we can go get a beer in Tennessee at some point. I'll come get some moonshine with you. But I have to vote for you simply because the votes are in that direction. And by taking you out, I think it solidifies Josh on my side, and I can use him to my advantage later on. Both of you in this game, it just doesn't work.
It actually needs me to do this. Saddest vote of the season, but it's best for my game, and I couldn't really go against what everyone else wanted to do.
I don't even know the challenge. I'm just
Oh,
here.
awesome. You're doing great, Kelly. Kelly, you're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing.
Doing great.
You got. Do we really not know the challenge, Kelly?
No, what's the challenge?
Oh, so you're gonna have to. Doc, why don't you explain the challenge to Kelly?
So, Kelly, if this is a bit, please let me in on it if you don't know what the challenge is.
I don't know the challenge.
Okay.
I thought this was part of the joke. I have no idea.
Today. Oh, also, by the way, I love you, Shane. Okay, now I'm sorry.